gonna present about the Yanomami indigenous people. And this presentation is made by Alisa Sejao, 6305603 and Naris Chanthakam, 6305721. So start with the brief history of Yanomami and also spell Yanomama, a group of people, approximately 35,000 people who live in some 200 to 250 villages in the Amazon rainforest on the border between Venezuela and Brazil. The Yanomami first came into sustained contact with outsiders in the 1940s, when the Brazilian government sent teams to delimit the frontier with Venezuela. So the Yanomami believe strongly in equality among people. Each community is independent from others and they do not recognize chiefs. Decisions are made by consensus, frequently after long debates, where everybody has a say. Tasks are divided between the sexes. Yanomami men are hunters and will not eat the meat that they hunt, but will share it with the rest of their community, so they benefit from fellow tribesmen's hunts. Tribes have special customs that they follow. They live in these big hut-like houses. They are called yanos. These huts can hold up to 400 people. Another custom is the clothing. The Yanomami tribes wear little to no clothing. Also, the food is collected by the men and women. They leave the older family members behind to care for the children. The food that they collect include fish, animals, and anything that provides them with nutrients and energy for the next day. A man can be with as many wives as he wants. They don't believe in marriage. A girl can be promised to a boy as young as 5 or 6. They aren't that strict on marriage because there is no school. They aren't taught about marriage. They also have chants that they sing or say to be blessed. They say this so that the outsiders don't ruin their home. Everyone in the tribe believes they are important and they do protect them for danger like the illegal gold miners and diseases. If the leader of the certain tribe thinks that a gold miner is nearby or are coming, they will say this chant as a sign of protection. So the next slide will be Naris to present. Okay, thank you.
First of all, the Yanomami was first contact with the outsider in 1940s, and at that time they were contact with the team sent by the Brazilian government to delimit the border between Brazil and Venezuela. After that, after they know about this tribe, the government Indian Protection Service and religious missionary group was there to visit the tribe. Unfortunately, during their visit, they brought the first epidemics of measles and flu with them to the Yanomami tribe and caused so many deaths. And building of road by the military government in 1970s also caused a lot of problem to the tribe. because the government want to make a road to the Amazon forest, but with no warning to the tribe. Bulldozer was drove to the community and 2 villages were wiped out, and this also bring the disease to the community as people of Yanomami have no immunity to these diseases. Also, devastation continuously to suffer them. Okay, after that, the invading of gold miners in 1980s. The Yanomami was suffered by the Brazilian gold miners, which were invading their land and also destroy a lot of their village, chop them, and bring the disease with them to the Yanomami people. After a long fight of international campaign led by Davi, Kopenava Yanomami, Brazil was finally have a declaration of Yanomami Park in 1992, and all of the gold miners were expelled. But still, the gold miners invade their land continuously. However, the situation was worse in Venezuela, as many of the Yanomami was poisoned and being attacked in Venezuela. This happened violently for several years, and there is no alternative. There's something to make the situation to get better. Okay, refusing of land ownership in Brazil. Brazil government refused to recognize that the land that the Yanomami state are their land, and even though they have like international law to protect them, they are the government not really concerned about that. Moreover, Brazil army has built the barrack in the Yanomami heartland, and they also prostitute the Yanomami women. Okay, illegally mining in Brazil, even though there are laws that prevent people from mining in their land. However, there are illegally mining that happen in their land, and this time with them with the disease and also polluting the land and river near to their tribes. People of Yanomami who live near to the mining area have high level of mercury in their body. Also, for these past few years, the Brazilian Congress are still debating on bills which large-scale mining in Yanomami land, and if this happens, it will cause a lot more problem to these Indian people. Okay, in conclusion, as a result of increasing in contact and interaction with the outsider, people of Yanomami face serious problems from attack on their eye, diseases that come with people which they have no immunity, and also illegally mining in their land. In 2004, the Yanomami start a group called Hukukara to defend their right and run their own project, and they consider that to go into the international state, so this will become international problem, and the help will become more and more help come to them in the future, hopefully. And this is the reference list. Thank you so much for today.